Hey everybody, it's Kevin, and it's time for your 2-minute training. Again, we're inside at our headquarters here at PSTC, and I wanted to hit something that I actually talked about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but it was just like a 10-second mention in a larger conversation of things I was ranting about. We're talking about racial bias for just a minute. Now, just in the weeks since I put out that little tidbit on racial bias, somebody recently called because somebody was barbecuing with the wrong kind of barbecue in Oakland. Rather than just walking over and say, hey, you're not supposed to barbecue, they called the police. My least favorite, but most favorite at the same time, in, I believe, Pennsylvania. Yep. Some ladies were golfing too slowly, and so somebody called the police. Really? Golfing too slowly? So we've got the barbecuing, we've got the golfing, we've got a student at Yale getting called upon her because she was falling asleep in one of the common areas of Yale. She's a student there, she'd been studying. Oh yeah, somebody was checking in to an Airbnb, and they got them kind of called on by the police, and of course the famous Starbucks event. Now, what do all of these people have in common? That's right, they're black. All they are is black in public, and somebody picks up the phone and dials 911. Now here's the deal. We can't change what the officers are doing in the field, but we can influence their actions with more information. As a 911 call taker, your responsibility is to ask questions like, what is the person doing that's illegal? What is the person doing that's unsafe? What is the person doing that, to give me a reason to send the police out there? Now, to the benefit of the Pennsylvania agency that went out to the golfing one, they told the golfing, folks, this is not an illegal event. You're going to have to figure it out. And they basically walked away with it, saying this is not a law enforcement event. Starbucks just lost $12 million in one day because they had to do racial bias training. So we all in the call centers know that we get these calls. We're not going to stop racism overnight. Sadly, America hasn't figured it out. But you can ask better questions. In other words, what are they doing that's illegal? What are they doing that's harassing? What are they doing that whatever? And this is for any race, not just African American. So please, and go out there and look up the words, racial bias or implicit bias. There's some great pieces out there on YouTube by Kamal Bell, who's with CNN. Do a little bit of research and understand really what that means, because there are things that immediately think, and I'll just give you an easy one, and I'll be doing more on this in the future. Peanut butter and, your mind's already thinking jelly. Salt and pepper. There are things that people react to immediately with no thinking whatsoever. Sadly, there are people that are thinking black means they're doing something wrong. So understand the folks that we're talking to are going to have that racial bias. It's our responsibility to ask the right questions. There's your 2-minute training for today. I hope you have a great shift, and I'll see you next week.